is because if you know why you're doing something, it's easier to do it. When you don't know why you're doing it, it's hard. Or when the reason that you have to get up is not as strong as the reason why you need to stay in the bed, it's going to be tough. Right? I just flew back. Man, my plane got delayed. Homegirl threw up. She was drunk. She threw up in the back of the plane before we was about to take off. They had to get the people in the back off, and they cleaned it up. About 30, 40-minute experience. I landed in Grand Ledge, went straight to the crib, got in the truck, and came here. Why did I do that? Because you're important to me. I've been doing this since '95. I've been trying to convince students since 1995 that you don't need to come here. You need to get an education and you need to soar. That's how I blew up. I'm talking about, I got a video that's out that's over 100 million hits. It was right here on campus. This is how I blew up. I already know you could be successful here. This is how I blew up. A program just like this. I did it every week. This is how I blew up. This is how I got over 2 million followers on Instagram. It was right here on this campus. Everything I've ever done was right here on this campus. This is where I started from. This is where my success came from. I already know it's doable, but you gotta want it. It just don't happen when you step on campus, but it happens. And so I'm here, I got off the plane, I came straight here. Somebody's like, you ain't tired? Well, tired, I can sleep when I leave, but somebody in this room, when I finish, you're gonna do this thing a little bit more serious than you've ever done it before, and then you're gonna end up getting out of here 4, 5, 6. Do me a favor, don't get caught up on that. Like, do not. I am a pastor, and I'm trying to tell y'all, people be coming to me all the time about the Bible, like, do me a huge favor. Don't talk to me about that. I only talk about what works. I don't talk about traditions. I'm not into that. I only talk about what works. It may not work for you to graduate in 4 years and have to go back to the crib. That may not work. Don't graduate in 4 and you got to go back to where you're going back to. A lot of y'all, when you get here, you go there, it's going to be different when you go back. Now, my son, I promise y'all, my man about 6'3", 6'4". His little cousin, we from Detroit. I'd never forget, first time he took him to the crib. This little, like the neighborhood where Rondell come from, Brightmoor. Took my son went with him. This is his cousin, blood, first cousin. He come in, they go to Brightmoor. Everybody on the porch like, yo, where my man from? My son like, what? They like, where you from? You ain't from Brightmoor, you ain't from Detroit. He not. But when he went home, they could smell he ain't from here. Watch me. When you come here and you spend 4 years, you go back there, you ain't gonna smell the same. You ain't gonna be welcome like you were when you left. It ain't about to be the same. People not gonna think the way you think. They're not gonna act the way you act. And when you go home, when you first go home, you're gonna love it. 3 years from now, it ain't gonna be as sweet. They're gonna smell you educated. You talking different. You've been to Dubai, you've been to Rome, you've been to Greece. You got a passport. They ain't on that. I'm just being real. They ain't on that. They ain't left the block. Many of them ain't even been downtown. They have not left the city. You're not gonna be the same. You're not gonna feel the same. There's nothing about it. It's gonna be some people that you once loved, you're gonna love, but you're gonna hate being at the crib just sitting there. So you're gonna have to want this, because it's about to separate you from where you came. My best friend in the whole wide world, all my boys from the city. Finkel in Wyoming. It ain't the same. I've traveled the world. It's not the same when I go home. Matter of fact, the cars I drive, I can't even drive them to the crib. I can't even go to the old neighborhood no more. I'm just being real. It ain't no code no more. They don't care who I am. I drive up in the whips I got. It's gonna be big. They rob Pastor Winans, doggone it. You rob Pastor Winans. That means the city is crazy. So let's go. Y'all ready? Yeah. Come on, y'all ready? Yeah. Good. Y'all ready? Yeah. Good. All right, let's get ready for the next maybe 4, 5, 6. It took me 12, but I'm still the most successful black speaker in the world. It took me 12 years to get a 4-year degree. Don't get it twisted. This ain't about rushing. This is about why did you come here and get everything you're supposed to get before you leave. We're not rushing to go back. We're not rushing. Whatever it takes, we're going to finish. We're going to get what we need to get. Then we're going to go out to the world prepared. Say prepared. Yeah. We're going to be prepared when we go. All right, so let's go to work. So the first thing I want you to know is why your values are so important to your future. Now, some of you have them, some of you don't have them. I need you to figure out what they are. I need you to figure out what you believe in, because they're going to test you. Now, don't trip on the test. You're going to be all right if you can get on the other side of it. He got on the other side, train up a child in the way he should go. He gonna be all right after he get tested. He'll get through the fire. He got through it. Now when my daughter came, my daughter was different. My daughter was like, yo, I don't care what y'all doing. They went on a trip. My daughter was like, look, she went on one of them study abroad trips. And they was like, yo, we drink over here. My daughter's like, I don't drink. I don't smoke. I don't do sex. I ain't into that. I'm here to get an education. I don't got time for what you on. She came with her values. She said, this is what I believe. And if you ain't on what I'm on, I ain't with you. And I don't mind cutting you. There's a difference. What's your values? What do you believe in? Don't switch up. You go to church, don't come up here and switch up because your friends don't go to church. Don't switch up what you believe in. You was a virgin before you got here, stay one. Don't switch up. And let me tell you something. If they don't like you for who you are, when they get you to compromise, they ain't gonna like you. They just gonna get you to compromise. But they ain't gonna like you no more. If you don't drink and you start drinking, they ain't gonna like you no more because you drinking. They actually gonna think you a fool because they got you to do something that you don't really do. Figure out what your values are and stick with them. I don't care what they are. If you drink, go for it. I ain't tripping. I don't care what you do. It don't affect me. I'm just telling you, whatever you do, don't switch up when you get here.
What up, what up, what up? It's your boy E.T. Flight Assessment 2.0. Look, I love the assessment so much that it took me to a whole nother level. Like I'm telling y'all think I've always been here. I promise you, there was a time I was lost. I'm just being real. There was a time that I was just shooting. I didn't know what to aim for. Like, I didn't know. And so I wasn't making the money I'm making now. I didn't know, y'all. I had a gift, but I didn't really know what the gift was. I didn't know how to use it. I remember struggles in my marriage because I didn't know who I was, struggled with my kid. So the flight assessment was phenomenal because it changed my life. It gave me a sense of clarity that I never had before. Like, it showed me my value, and it showed me like how to market my value, how to understand my value, how to sell my value, like how to put a price tag on what I was worth. I didn't know before. I was watching other videos, watching other people, mimicking other people, trying to do what other people were doing. It didn't work, y'all. And then boom, this assessment showed me me. Now I'm gonna be honest. While I love the assessment, it was on some PhD stuff. Like it was like an advanced degree. So I took the flight assessment 2.0 and simplified it for you. Flight assessment now is a pilot, a flight attendant, a ground crew, air traffic control. Like I simplified it with symbols and words that you can understand so that you can immediately take it and boom, and do something with it. You're going to be able to use it immediately. You're going to figure out who you are, why you tick, what you do, and then you're going to be able to boom, take who you are and what you do and put it in the marketplace and make money. Listen to me very closely. Not only are you going to figure out who you are, you're going to figure out who everybody around you is. And guess what? You're going to slow life down. You're going to slow the game down. And you're going to be able to do and be and have stuff you've never had before. So do me a favor. Listen to me. In 15 minutes, your whole life is going to change. Like I revamped the whole thing. I made the investment. I studied this thing for 5-6 years. I studied you. I got it, y'all. I got it. It's gonna take 15 minutes. And in 15 minutes, you gonna know you like you've never known you before. You're gonna have resources. You're gonna have the people that's gonna be able to help you. You're gonna be able to go, be, do, have everything you've ever dreamed of. You're gonna speak with clarity. You're gonna move with clarity. You're gonna think with clarity. You're gonna write with clarity. And that clarity is gonna open up doors that you never imagined that could be open. Are you hearing me? So I went from a YouTube sensation to the #1 motivational speaker in the world. So I want you to do me a favor. Act right now. Don't think, don't overthink, right? Make the investment. Don't spend no money. Make the investment. You're gonna get your money back. Click the button, register, sign up, and do me a favor, bro. I promise you, when you do, after that 15 minutes, you are about to make the rest of your life the best in your life. It's your boy E.T. The flight assessment has revolutionized my life and my family's life and my family's coming life. Let it revolutionize you and your family to come.
Only quality people. If you think about your goal and dream, this is not for everybody. You want to build an organization with only quality people, not people who need more, but people who want more. You want to source yourself with people that are hungry, people that are hungry, are willing to do, the thing a day other won't do, order to have the thing tomorrow other won't happen. If you do that is easy, always looking for why to give yourself a pass, to let yourself off the hook, to want everybody else is doing a job. The journey, the broke, if you do is easy of your will be hard, but there's something in you that says, you know, I cannot do this, I cannot do this anymore. There is an old person down inside of you, disciplined on your smart. Move around now, you are not gonna get your grind and on now. The basic protections could be fear of failure. That's one to extreme performance really is one. Take hard look at what different whatever you're afraid of being, then perfect or afraid anything else that's still plays on by fear, that difficult what never start ever finish. You are still stuck, you are still going to now here, you are still whatever by mask, you are still allowing yourself to dominate it. Thank you for watching. Like, share and subscribe.